Hi everyone, welcome back. So we are reacting to a Prince song called The Ladder, and this was requested by Noah. So thank you so much, Noah, for requesting this, and let's get into it.
Once upon a time in the land of sin and plenty, there lived a king who didn't deserve to be. Knew not where he came from and where he was going. He never once said thank you, never please. Now this king, he had a subject named Electra, who loved him with a passion uncontested. For him each day she had a smile, but it didn't matter. The king was looking for the ladder. Self-worth will caress you. The size of the whole wide world will increase. Love of God's creation will undress you. Time spent alone, my friend, will cease.
Wow. Oh my God, guys. I actually love this one. I can't lie, I really like this one. Everybody's searching for the answer. That's not how it goes, but I loved the harmonies, man. Like the harmony ad-libs. And now, was that him? Because it probably was him though, in the background, but like, oh, the instrumental, it was so grand and so like, you know, everybody's searching for the answer. I want to know what the actual. Let me.
Steps you take, no easy road. But the reward is great for those who walk the road. Feeling of self.
Everybody's looking for an answer. Yay! It's so like it's so gospel vibes. It's such a, even the way that it's da, 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 it makes you feel really like, I love it. Honestly, the lyrics, this bit of the instrumental as well was just, oh, how was it? I loved it. Like before it kind of really, really picked up.
For him each day she had a smile, but it didn't matter.
The chords.
The king was looking for the ladder. Everybody's looking for the ladder.
The guitar. It's just so good. Honestly, it's so good. I love the lyrics as well. I'll have a look a bit deeper. But like now it makes sense as like why the ladder's here and then everyone's here and it's just like on the steps and like it's quite a deep, he always has really deep like covers, and I've done a reaction to one of the songs, another song on this album, so I've seen this cover before, but now listening to this one I'm like, oh, that's the ladder, like, and it's like going small, it's like to heaven, you know, it goes into the clouds and then you've got the, it's just so powerful. Like, I mean, I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on this, if there's anything that you pick out from the cover art that you can kind of, that's deeper message of what, you know, it's just, it's so cool. Like, I love it. Yeah. Oh, the saxophone in this song, everything about it, it was so elevating, and it was like the choir, and like, I call it the choir, it's probably just Prince and his mad, however many octaves he's got. But I loved the choir likeness of it. That's even grammatically correct what I just said. But, and it makes you feel like, you know, when he's saying, everybody looking for the answer. It's like everyone's united and you feel the presence of everybody. Like you really feel, and it's like, it's ancestral. Like whenever I hear a choir or like anything that's talking about the spiritual realm, God, or like any kind of elevatedness of like evolving and all this kind of, that kind of theme. And then there's like a choir, I can't help but feel like, you know, he's providing almost like a voice for the voiceless of the past, like the ancestors who didn't have a voice, or like, you know, breaking the generational curses. Like, and maybe that's not, I don't know if that was consciously what was in Prince's head, but I feel like that's kind of what comes into mind whenever I hear a choir, is that idea of like, just everyone's united and everyone's like he's speaking for everybody and everyone's like present, whether it's ancestors, whether it's people in the community, in his family, like, it just feels very full and very like, very much a community, and that's the vibe that I get from this song. And that we're all kind of searching for the same thing, you know, everybody's looking for answers, everybody's searching for that ladder, and whatever that ladder is, obviously to him it was probably that enlightenment, spirituality, you know, all that kind of stuff, but like for other people it could be something different, you know, and I like that it's very ambiguous in the sense of what the ladder means. You know, at least from what I've heard, obviously we'll look into the lyrics and see that he may be specific with what the ladder means, but it's just so good. And it really, the way that it picks up, it's just really subtle, that it doesn't like it doesn't, I don't know, what I was about to say was like, it doesn't scare you, which I don't know why that came to my head, but like, it kind of guides you there. It guides you to those, to that higher platform, like it, and they're on platforms, and it's like, it guides you there, it brings you there, as opposed to just like, oh, now we've moved here. It's very subtle in the way that it picks up, and and I loved it. And the saxophone in this, and I love it when his voice goes really squeaky. I also like admire him as a singer when he does that, because it's like, how do you even get your voice like that? Like, how is he able to do parts of his vocals? Not in this song, but there are parts of it that are just smooth, like very like smooth. And then there's parts of it where he can go squeaky. Like, it's insane to me. His vocal capability just never ceases to amaze me. And even the runs, it's very gospel, it's very soulful, and like, that was awful, but the type of runs and the chords that I use, I feel like for me, I do love a good chord change, like, and the chords that I use, the kind of way that it's been produced is very gospel elements to it. But let's have a little look at the lyrics. I love it. It's just amazing. So, show produced by Prince, obviously. So once upon a time, in the land of sin aplenty, there lived a king who didn't deserve to be, who knew not where he came from, nor where he was going. He never once said, thank you, never please. Now this king, he had a subject named Electra, who loved him with a passion uncontested. For him, each day she had a smile, but it didn't matter. The king was looking for the ladder. Oh, that's deep. That's so interesting that I said, like, I wonder what he means by the ladder. And I didn't think that this is what he meant by the ladder. Because I didn't really hear, that's the thing, sometimes I don't hear the lyrics because I'm so focused on the instrumental, and I think that Prince does that really well. Is that sometimes he really sort of coats his songs with such a present and full instrumental that you don't always clock what he's actually saying until you go and look at the lyrics, and it's like, oh wow, but you receive it subconsciously, because I did receive it subconsciously of like, everyone has a different ladder, and in this case, the ladder is like the ladder, like, like they say the ladder in success, in career, in and this is like a different kind of ladder of like one to, the ladder of royalty and the ladder of the hierarchy, and even the steps in the cover art is like hierarchy. And then even like I was noticing, and I didn't realize this, I noticed it, I was going to mention it, but I didn't say anything. There's a crown on the floor here, and it's fallen. The crown has fallen, and it's like this idea of like the crown falling, and it's deep. But I really love how it's very stories. Once upon a time in the land of sin of plenty. It's very like, even when you read it, like the way I'm reading it, it sounds so poetic and like a story, which I really like. And then the chorus says, everybody's looking for the ladder, everybody wants salvation of the soul. The steps you take are no easy road, but the road is great for those who want to go. I love it. A feeling of self-worth. Oof, everybody's looking. Will caress you for the answers. Ooh, deep. Because like, that's deep, that is. The size of the whole wide world will decrease how the story started and how it will end. The love of God's creation will undress you, and time spent alone, my friend, will cease. This is so deep. Like, this is actually really different songwriting than what I've seen in his other stuff. Like, a feeling of self-worth will caress you for the answers. It's like finding, like, wanting to find the answers in, like, other people, basically. Like, whether it's romantically or just, like, in other people, Everybody's looking for the answers, how the story started and how it will end. What's the use in half a story, half a dream? You have to climb all of the steps in between. Ugh, bro. I say everybody's looking for the ladder. Everybody wants salvation of the soul. The steps you take are no easy road. Oh, this is so... Honestly, I love these lyrics so much. Like, it's so deep. It's like everybody wants that, but no one wants to take the steps to get there, you know? Like, it depends what ladder you want. Like, not ladder, like, depends what, like, elevation you want. Because it's like, the king wants these heights of success, this power, whatever. But, like, I think, like, he's climbing a different ladder. He's climbing a different ladder. But when you want real salvation of the soul, there's a specific ladder you've got to climb. And that's the steps aren't easy, but you know, the reward is great, like he says. You've got to climb all the steps in between. Everybody's looking for that ladder. Everybody wants salvation. It's like this universal thing of like, everybody's looking for something, but are we all really looking for the same thing? You know, the king thinks he's looking for power and thinks but what he really needs is this salvation. But it's like, he's not willing to take those steps. And so it's like, I like how he's using the sort of case study, I guess you could say, the example of the king, because, so he's using an example of like the pinnacle of power, of like, the best example would be royalty, right? And it's like, it's almost providing this contrasting viewpoint of like, you know, we're all searching for something greater than ourselves. And some people go down the road of power. And some people know that like, that's not really true, like salvation, basically, you know? And I just love the way that he's spoken about it. I love the example he's using. I love this whole, it's giving this real fantasy vibe to it, this real storytelling vibe. And I just love it. I think it's amazing. And I think he does that so well in this song and in so many other of his songs. Like, for him, each day she had a smile, but it didn't matter. The king was looking for the ladder. It's like, you know, he didn't know where he came from. He didn't know where he was going. And sometimes, and that's what I was saying about like the ancestral thing that I was feeling with this song. It's like, you have to know where you came from to know where you're going. And this king is an example of someone not knowing that. And you know, not having earned or deserving of this power that he has, of this position that he has, because he just abuses the power and the position that he has. And even when someone loves him, like Electra, he can't see that because he's so focused on the wrong ladder, you know, and he's not willing to take those steps, like he was saying earlier, after in the song, like, you know, he didn't matter, you know, whether she, for him, you know, whether she had a smile for him or he was looking for something completely different. And so it's interesting, and I really love the way that he's written it, honestly. Like, I think it's just so beautiful. Like, I really like this song, and he just never ceases to amaze me with his lyrics, and every time it's just something different. You know, every time it's like, if he's either talking about, you know, other people's perspectives or he's just really great songwriter. He's a really great songwriter, and it's so like refreshing ideas that, you know, and every song is different for its instrumental, for its production, and then it's just for the message that he gets across. And even sometimes he does talk about the spiritual awakening and like reaching these heights spiritually in his songs, but every time I've listened to it, like, he does it just differently, and like, he really wants people to understand, and using examples like this one, like this song, like he did, it was really like refreshing, and makes people sort of lean in and want to listen, because it's like a story. It's tapping into our inner child, and it's like, you know, when we're a child and our mom reads us a book or whatever, and it's like, once upon a time in the land of sin and plenty. It's like, it makes us lean in, and it taps into that inner child that always listens, you know. It's our ego and our adult and our search for meaning that we get lost. And I love how he's bringing that sort of childlike nature back into like the song. I think it's just really beautiful, but then there's such a beautiful elevatedness of it because of the, obviously, how it's very spiritual, and there's very choir like, very gospel like with the chords. I just love it. Oh, co-written by Prince's father. That's amazing. The song contrasts a secular material life represented by the land of sin aplenty and the unappreciative king with a challenging but rewarding journey towards spiritual truth, key contextual elements, spiritual awakening, fatherly influence, lyrical collaboration with his father brought a distinct religious and redemptive perspective to Prince's catalogue. It's just so beautiful, string of it, it's just so So it's composed by the Revolution's Wendy and Lisa, creating dramatic gospel-like atmosphere before transitioning into the main ballad. I love those elements. It's still so very Prince, but also very gospel and very elevating. And I just feel like, I love it. I loved it so much. Everybody's looking for the letter. Oh, I love it. His squeaky voice too. It's just, it's passionate. It's elevating, it's tapping into our inner child. It's just really, every song that he does is just a masterpiece, and its own world, its own meaning, its own way to get us to understand, get us to lean in, get us to appreciate. And he's so varied that it allows everyone from different backgrounds, from different musical interests, musical tastes, to really lean in. And he's magical, he's magical, he's magical. I really appreciate the request. I really appreciate you guys exposing me to this music. So thank you so much for requesting. If anybody else does have another request, there is a link in the description to send any over. But thank you so much for everybody's support. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Bye.